Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. We're here for you. This is the weekly reading, and we're going to be taking a look at each of the days here. We've already kind of talked about the astrology of what is sort of to come here in this period. We're specifically reading on the 14th to the 20th, 21st. So let's say like Monday to Monday. That's this week we're talking about here. So the 14th of December, approximately to the 20th of December, 21st of December is what we'll be reading on. Specifically we'll be taking a look at the astrological transits that we're moving through, because that can be pretty helpful, right? When we're sort of trying to assess what we're experiencing energetically, emotionally, spiritually, it can be really helpful to look at that framework astrologically, to get a greater sense of what exactly is happening on not only a micro level but also on a macro level. So we'll be taking it from that approach here with these readings with the weekly spreads. Let's jump into it here for Taurus. We're going to be working with a few decks here, and right off the bat, I'm just sort of getting Taurus. Let's clear it in the sacral chakra, the root chakra. I'm hearing there's something that you're clarifying, and the more that you clarify whatever this is, Taurus, I'm hearing the more, yes, there we go, the devil, the more, everything around that space becomes so much more clear to you, so much more obvious as whether or not it resonates with you. And I'm hearing in this way, like, the more that you come down to something, I'm seeing you purifying ultimately, essentially, also your story. And I'm hearing that with the devil. Now, the devil is a major arcana card, right? It is one of a number of cards that speak of a major point of transformation, right? Where we say, okay, hold a second, hold a second for me. I need just a minute longer to take a look at what I'm experiencing. It is that moment where we say, that we are in a certain way, I don't want to say at the mercy of a certain experience, but we say, it's that sort of epiphany moment even where we say there is something here definitely happening on some larger scale. And, where we see the major arcana, we see moments in our experience where we want to take time to really, that might be subconscious, right? I want to assess what I'm experiencing, from another lens, another vantage point, where we say, there's something more to this experience. Now, when we see the devil, we're really, we're bringing our attention to things that either, further and accelerate our progress here, our growth in an empowering way, in a way that tells us, you're on the right track, because we do see Capricorn as that Saturnian energy, speaking of the long-term future kind of concept of also success, which is a beautiful energy space, right? Why not also engage in that ability of ours that we all hold in some way to manifest? And what does that mean? But specifically in terms of Capricorn energy, in relation to the third degree paradigm, finances, resources, and career, business especially, but or in that space of managing even concepts that do not serve us. And I'm hearing that with the devil. We're becoming clear on coming down to, what is it that we also see in ourselves, right? Because if we're engaging in a space that ultimately does not serve us, why would we do that? And that's really important as well to come down to. Temperance in reverse. Wow, two major arcana here so far in your theme of the Wheel of Fortune so far, Taurus. It's very interesting because Temperance is the card of Sagittarius, and it's funny because we were just talking about, and right then we were talking about the concept space, the conceptual space, also let's say the self-perception space, right? Where we say, well, if I'm going to be doing things that I know are not good for me, or I know are not, and good or not good, so subjective, right? But that I feel in some way, that's where we come down to honesty. If I feel in some way this does not serve my vision of where I would like to take my future, why is it that I would participate in that? And, sometimes, again, it can be that subconscious space where we say, I want to come to a point of clarifying more intensely. More intensively, my philosophy, my values, I'm hearing that as well with the Temperance card. Let's pull a card here on the devil. Yes, okay, a few cards there just popping out. 4 Wands in reverse. And the Death card, wow. Daughter Swords in reverse. You're really, really getting you're coming down to a Taurus. There's no more ifs, ands, or buts. I'm hearing that as well. No more negotiating. I'm hearing as well in this way. You know, what we've seen that we have not done something about. So until this point is what I'm hearing. And the Death card is another major arcana. It's a ruler of Scorpio. So we also during this week have quite a bit of an emphasis on well, this is the new moon stage, but it's also and into the waxing stage of the moon, but also very strong focus on Sag energy. And we talked about that in the beginning of the reading of the series, where, you know, we're sort of highlighting you know, the movements specifically of Sagittarius energy, specifically from Venus and Scorpio to Venus and Sag. So in other words, this week Venus has stepped into Sag, and that now creates a very, very intense stellium, specifically as well because we have that new moon in Sag, the eclipse, in the beginning of the week around the 14th. So, you know, very strong emphasis on, you know, spotlight on for everyone here, that part of the chart associated with Sag, you know, that you're part of the chart that has a strong Sag energy. Now, the Hermit, wow, another major corner. Okay. You've got here, it's archetype of Virgo. So we're really coming to a point of saying, let's look at those fine-tuned details here. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You know, we're not wanting to slack off really in any way any longer, especially when it comes down to, I'm hearing the comments that we make and, you know, what that illuminates. I'm hearing on a broader scale of what our decision is. I'm hearing when it comes to, I'm hearing our development. Wow, Six of Pentacles just fell out there, okay. Yeah, that wasn't awkward. I'm hearing it in that way. Okay, it was just honest. I'm hearing it in that way. Like, I'm seeing someone's like, oh, that's awkward. Someone, like, says something that's, like, true to them. Someone looks at them, they're like, oh, that's awkward. Like, they're like, I feel awkward for you. It's like, no, don't feel awkward. It's not awkward. I'm hearing it's just honest. I'm hearing that with the Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. For a number of you, you're realizing things. You're realizing what is actually real. I'm hearing as well to you, and what you don't want to, let's say, any longer incorporate into your day-to-day. I'm hearing that as well. Your lifestyle. I'm hearing that. For a number of you, you're coming down to your spending habits, that's for sure. Let's get a card here from the Children's Spirit, and then we'll pull a card on each of the days. The Hermit, you've got the Bear in reverse, very strong focus on finances for a number of you Taurus. Well, stand up for yourself here, Bear is in reverse. For a number of you, there's something that you were really feeling, but you didn't come out and talk about it. There might have been a little bit of a bullying energy in here that as well, that at a certain point you no longer would like to just kind of watch and wait. I'm hearing watch and stare, stop and stare. I'm hearing as it happens, like, so to speak. You've got Coyote, learn from your mistakes, or stand up for yourself. Yeah, there's been a pattern and it's gone a little too far is what I'm hearing. Like, at a certain point you're like, it's irresponsible of me to not say something more outright about this. Unicorn, use imagination. Horse in reverse, trust your feelings. So yes, I'm seeing for a number of you that there's almost an impulsive energy even where you're like, yeah, I can't say that this is also okay. I cannot go on with this cycle. Let's pull a few more cards here. I'm hearing Aquarius so strongly. I'm hearing told me to say so. I don't know what that's going to. Some of you might be dealing with a space that is highly collaborative as well. And there could just be a lot. There's a lot of chaos in that space possibly around this time. I'm seeing like a car with looks kind of like a, well, it looks kind of like a police truck. It's got like this light going off. All right, let's pull a card here. 14th is the Four of Swords in reverse. Something is getting down to the wire here a little bit. The Four of Swords in reverse. It's right on that new moon in Sagittarius. Three of Swords here, right on the 15th. Something is kind of awkward. It's like, oh wow, he called it out. Okay, 16th, Father Cups in reverse. I'm seeing like I'm hearing the covers were like pulled off of something here. I don't know what that's going to. The Father Cups in reverse on the 17th. 14th to 16th actually. Then on the 17th, I'm hearing, is it too good to be true? Someone's like, it's too good to be true. Five of Wands upright. I'm seeing somebody even like reaches out to someone. They're like, is that the real Slim Shady? Okay. Like, if so, I want his autograph. Like, I'm hearing the real Slim Shady was here. Like, what in the world? Hold on, someone's like leaving some clues. Yeah, the moon right there, leading out of the Seven of Cups in reverse. Nine of Pentacles, right? A lot of clues actually. Okay, like somebody's like, they're leaving these like kind of messages here and there. And it could be a spirit guide, or it could be your higher self. I'm hearing that as well, like with your human self, like, hey, you know, we're trying to get your attention. I'm hearing that, like, take a look at this. Like, okay, now let's clear it. I don't know what that's learning to for everyone, but okay, Four Swords on the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, Five of Wands, and that's where we see the slew of cards leading out. Seven of Cups, Moon, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and Five of Swords. Somebody's gauging something. They're like, is it worth it? Is this also real? They're really going back and forth. With the Seven of Cups and the Moon, we see a really sort of intense sort of questioning, right, of even our reality at a certain extent. It's like, is this really happening? Even like, if for a number of you this is something possibly that is you know, we can say kind of like a psychic or spiritual experience. For a number of you, you're wondering, is somebody talking to me? Like, this is someone who's maybe communicating in astral. You're like, you're having dreams. For a number of you, possibly. Now the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this is 14th, 15th, 18th, 19th, right? 14th, 15th, 16th, 18th, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. There's a huge shift. I'm hearing Schick. I'm hearing Schick. Is that like the name of a razor? Schick. Okay, anyways, I think it's the name of a brand of a razor. Four of Swords, Three of Swords. Okay. 19 is the Empress upright. Somebody stands up and they say something. There's something that's becoming so, I'm hearing also loud. It's like a siren. I'm hearing that with the Empress. Very, very intense energy here that we see with the Empress. When it comes to saying what you feel, I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, there's no going back from that point. Like, there's no way I'm not going to say it. I'm hearing that as well. There's no way I'm going to sit here and just watch this also go down and not say something about it. Again, okay. So that's on the 19th, the 18th, 19th is the Empress. Really important date here on the 19th. Either somebody will call upon you in some way, possibly where you feel like you're somehow needed in a space. This can be spiritual. Daughter of Pentacles, it's going to be an opportunity that comes through. Somebody is really appreciating. I'm hearing your presence. I'm hearing that as well. Ten of Cups. They feel like you're very much of use in some way to the conversation that's being had. Like, it's even maybe a promotion for Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, but remember, this is something. There's a prospect here that you feel is just very exciting. I'm hearing as well. Now you lead up with the Sun. From the 19th to the 21st, there's going to be a major. I'm hearing storyline. I'm hearing, let's clear, headline here as well made. It has to do with the archetype of the Empress. Now, when we're looking at the Empress, we're really seeing this strong feminine archetype that is truly divine, right? With the Empress, we're seeing the concept of creation coming forth into view. The number 3 associated with the Empress card. The Empress is the 3rd card in the major arcana. And it is depicted by this beautiful glowing tree. We've got a moon in the backdrop, and you know, there is this glowing, effervescent energy space that we see that is at its height. I'm here at its peak in and amidst the darkness, so-called, that is depicted on this card. In other words, it's like we see the glowing of the aura, we could say, of the Empress in times of in moments where we cannot see. So in other words, this is someone who also is an icon. I'm hearing in this way. They inspire. They're an inspiration to others. They are a guide. They are a guide to others. Now, for a number of you, let's clear. This is a very triggering energy as well. There's no question. Expected on the 19th, for those who are standing up for their values in some way, that are very much going to be a shift from the past of how things have been pulled. I'm hearing pulled out of the bag. I don't know what that's going to, but when there is that shift, expect people to not necessarily comply, right? To say, wait a second, hey, we never used to call it that. Well, now we're calling it that. I'm hearing the Emperor's like, now, you know, I'm hearing like this comes down to also what we're creating and what we're not. We have to make that really clear, right? So in other words, we're setting and laying an expectation for the foundation of what is held, what is the vibration of love. So somebody might feel in whatever way, and there's no, I'm not saying that this is like a definite, you know, X or Y, like these things are always going to be positive, these things are always going to be negative. With the Empress, it's your personal orientation, right? It's you speaking honestly out and about what you feel, right, at that moment. That will be different for everyone, hence the controversial aspect of this energy with the Empress. Now, it's very provocative with the Empress upright. I'm hearing that as well on the 19th. Now, whatever it is, there is going to be a major story. I'm hearing that again. Now, let's clear it one second. This is somebody in the public eye as well. They're maybe known for this. It's a very, it's like, oh, I'm almost getting like, I'm hearing Katy Perry energy. I don't know. I'm hearing that song Dark Horse. Okay. Anyways, even I'm hearing Miley Cyrus. I don't know. I'm hearing somebody like on stage here with the Empress. I'm hearing Wrecking Ball as well. Let's clear 8 of Cups. Yeah. Well, okay. Now for a number with the Empress, it could even be an epiphany, but well, what I'm really coming down to here is that somebody also wants to say something, and there is something that is said here with the, I'm hearing a siren going off. It could even be a birth with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well, leading out with the Ten of Swords in reverse on the 20th. So by the end of this week, for a number of you, I'm hearing yes, somebody is saying, well, look, you know, I have to make this clear. I resonate with this, and I just don't resonate with that. No, for a number of you, it's you making this clear for yourself. Okay, like in your day-to-day, maybe for a number of you have certain habits that just didn't serve you. Okay, and it could actually, I don't want to say it, but it could be certain friendships as well, where you say, you know, my friend is not really acting like my friend. I'm hearing it this way, that person who I thought I could also trust, and it can be an aspect of your own being, where you say, I thought that thought, okay, was true. I'm hearing that as well, or served me, and I realized that it actually didn't. And I'm ready at this point to part with it and say, you know, I'm going to see you later. And we'll see at that point if we resonate once again. I'm hearing that chariot in the theme. Now, for a number of you, it's like it's saying it in the way of, you know, I'm hearing, it's so hard to say goodbye, that song. It's like, you know, you're rising to your potential. I'm hearing with the Empress. It's a vibration here with the Empress. Okay. I'm hearing also, it's like, I want this. I'm hearing that with the Empress. And that's that vibration that will actually say it for you. I'm hearing, let's describe it like this. When you are stepping into a state of resonance with certain aspects of who you are, naturally, you will sort of release certain things, like certain I'm hearing events, I'm hearing as well, people, experiences will no longer attract into your life. I'm hearing the Empress, like, so it's a natural sort of thing, you know, when you shift your vibration in a certain way, you start sort of observing aspects of your being in a new way. You'll notice that, you know, you don't also see others in the same way, and vice versa. Okay, so you also you tell people how to treat you, is what I'm hearing with the Empress, and you find possibly for a number of you that is held on a state of how you also see yourself, and when that shifts, you have a moment to also share with the world. I mean, share with others. You know, well, sharing with the world, I'm hearing this so strongly, what it is that you see. So for a number of you, it's almost as if you have there's a voice here that you come into touch with more deeply, more seriously, actually, as well, where you say, I take this seriously. This part of who I am that I feel is related to my potential. It's almost like I'm seeing somebody who had a gift or a talent that they never actually gave themselves a chance to explore. I'm hearing that as well, and it has to do with a very strong, divine, feminine energy, and this holds for any so-called gender. What is gender, right? Okay, let's clear it down the right side of the body. Mother wands upright. For a number of you, this is something that is actually considered kind of quirky, possibly, maybe even a little bit like, again, I'm hearing controversial. You do have the Justice card in reverse, mirroring the Empress upright. It's actually knighting the Empress upright with the Mother Wands upright, diagonal the Empress. This is a samurai sort of intense, sort of I'm hearing provocative energy that ultimately, in the end of the day, provokes others to further examine how they incorporate this loving, I'm hearing hue of let's say paint on their own canvas. How do I paint with the concept of potential? How do I ultimately draw myself to that point where I say I acknowledge my potential, right? So in other words, it's like we can have an ability, but what does it mean to accent it? Okay, in also our day-to-day, I'm seeing a trip go by. It says Olympus. Let's clear it. Now, for a number, there's a lot of fear here. Wow. Death card upright, right over the Empress here, upright. Temperance in reverse. Where were we? Silent, quiet, shy, to share. I'm hearing our opinion. Ace of Swords in reverse. Where are we now speaking out with that? Ace of Swords again comes through right there. This time horizontally anchoring the Empress. For a number of you, yes, anchoring the conversation around, yeah, for a number of you, I'm hearing potential. I'm hearing that again with the Empress. So for a number of you, look, you're releasing things that are, let's say, outdated programs, okay, of self-perception that just don't serve, and it's just that simple. I'm hearing, I'm not packing that in my luggage, okay? This is a vacation that I want to take, and I want to feel light. I'm hearing this way. I don't want, you know, to take, a whole lot with me here. I'm hearing that on this leg of the journey, at least. Eight of Wands upright, some Swords in reverse. Yeah, so for you're even taking like downtime, you're taking a break, you want to just step away from a certain space and say, hey, I just don't want to see, I'm here, let's clear it. I'm here, it's been a long day without you, my friend. I'm here, High Priest in reverse, Virgo's in reverse. Somebody possibly has also taken a break. Okay, let's pull 3 cards here, dear Taurus, and we'll also, yes, we'll pull here actually for the New Moon series. Now, for a number, you got a lot of A lot of people possibly wondering, wanting to know where you're at, what's going on, like, you know, those moments where we say, you know, hey, I just don't see myself here anymore. I'm here as well in that way. Like, people are going to say, hey, but wait, you know, because there is that cycle of also, I'm hearing dependence, I don't know, it's like, you know, possibly withdrawals, like, you know, we used to always talk every day, now it's like, well, okay. Well, let's pull the card here. Yes, okay, the first stack, Justice in reverse. Temperance upright, okay. Second stack, Judgment, and the Tower. Third stack here is the Fool and the Three of Wands. Okay, now let's jump into a pull here, also Children's Spirit, but we'll pull that later. Let's jump into the first stack, okay. Justice in reverse, Temperance upright. I'm hearing, there's something very on-off here. I'm hearing we're talking, we're not talking. We're ready, we're not ready. We want this, we're not sure. You know, okay, Temperance upright, Justice in reverse. There's something that someone feels also they have a very strong premonition of for whatever reason. It's like, you know, I realize also, I'm hearing that I love you. I'm hearing that, wow, okay, 1 second. What is that alluding to? Somebody, oh, well, this is some, okay, this is a number of messages coming through. For a number of your friends with somebody that you have very much deep feelings for. Okay, very much deep feelings for. And this is a general reading. You got to take that with a grain of salt, right? Or sand. Dig or pig. I'm not sure what that's like to, but that came through another reading as well. Father comes here, coming through. Yeah. For a number of you, there's somebody in your environment. They are very much passionate, very much in love is what I'm hearing with the Father of Cups and Temperance. There's something that has so much potential, someone sees it. Now, in the theme, we have the Hierophant in reverse here, right to the Son of Cups. For it's something with a history. It's like you go way back here. This is for a number of you. Now, we'll jump further into these readings in the extended. For this first stack, feel free to view that via the link in the buy box below. But right off the bat, I'm seeing that there is something as well that, you know, somebody possibly is also having like there's a very important, I'm hearing also conversation coming. I'm hearing and it's also, I'm here in front of it's an invitation or some kind of, there's a connection. There's a very important connection here with the Justice card and the Father of Cups that's coming. I'm hearing the Fool, and that is in the third stack. So there might be some further clues there. So again, thank you for tuning in here first stack. Thank you for tuning in, those of you who are tuning out here, and we'll get into the second stack here. Now, one more note before we do Temperance here and the Justice card. Yeah, for now, this is something that maybe someone also would like to say to you. And there might be some kind of, there's something related to a public, well, there's an event here. I'm hearing that for number 2 coming. Okay. Now, second stack, Tower upright, Judgment upright. For number, there's a conversation coming. I'm hearing that again. Leadership. It's related to leadership. Let's pull here, Children's Spirit. Actually, let's pull, yeah. Okay, well, ooh, this is very controversial for a review. Whatever is coming. Unicorn reverse. This is Ascension for a review. Big time. Yes. I'm hearing, yeah, you're making things awkward where they need to get awkward so that they can get more real. I'm hearing so that they can actually ascend. That's the point. I'm hearing in this way. Like, the point of calling out the truth is so that we have more, you know, also, I'm hearing truth to talk about. I'm hearing what down the line. Well, so somebody possibly feels that they need to bring justice to a certain space is what I'm hearing. Now, what does that mean? That's subjective for everyone. Take it as you will. Judgment upright, you know. Hence, possibly, again, the controversial nature of whatever this conversation is, where it's like I say, well, this is what I feel. Okay, in relation to, you know, what you said you feel about the space. And so maybe someone is coming through and saying, hey, you know, maybe in the past it was like, there was so much debate, and like at a certain point, like, you know, people just kind of stepped away. I'm seeing that there is a shocking moment. I'm hearing it in this way. I'm hearing shocking in the Tower and the Judgment card, where someone stands up in that space and says, actually, I do have an opinion about this, and it's this. Monkey, try something new. Upright. Yeah, people are this is totally kind of coming out of almost nowhere is what I'm hearing. Almost nowhere, yeah. For a number of you, this is also something related to history that is, you know, definitely not how it has been, not how it has been seen. I'm hearing that as well. So yeah, there's definitely someone here who's shocked. Okay, at least there's something that is also, I mean, this is detoxifying here. Energy with the Five of Cups here, in reverse, right, hanging off of the Judgment card upright. We're really releasing a lot actually here, and rapidly. I'm hearing that with the Strength card here. Transmuting. I'm hearing it's an uprising. Now let's move into the third stack. Three Wands upright, Fool upright. Someone's like, it's impossible. Oh my God. Maybe in the past this is something that was, you know, almost like I'm hearing, I can't believe it. I'm hearing sort of energy with the Fool and the Three of Wands. Like, is it really? Is it real? Is it true? Let's pull a few more cards on that. We got the Mother of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's something that's almost blasphemous. It's like, is this for real? Like, it could be. Ace of Wands in reverse. Son of Swords is in reverse on the theme. Now, for a number of you, maybe this is something just kind of like somebody is kind of feeling like, I never expected them to say that, to do that, to feel that way. Maybe this is also a confession for a number of you. Somebody taking some kind of action on that's just surprising. It's even like a friend who kind of, for the longest time, they would just shake your hand. They come out and they like hug you. Okay, it's like something like, there is the shake up here. And like, of course, it could be a metaphor, but let's get a few more cards here on that stack, and then we'll jump into the extended turtle. Take your time. Okay, yeah. So for a number of you, this is definitely for a number of you something that somebody has asserted and communicated. Now, love and light. Thank you guys for tuning in. And one more note, this is possibly as well something in the social environment largely taking place. Alchemy.com for the extended. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support, your donations, your lovely comments. Your comments are always appreciated. Read all of your comments. You guys, thank you for connecting, sharing the light, spreading the love, and thank you for connecting to you. And one more note here. I'm hearing Aries, Leo. I'm hearing joking is not joking. Like, okay, so somebody, wow. Okay, we had pulled 3 cards. I only saw the turtle, the lion, the turtle, and the deer. Deer's in reverse, lion upright. Somebody is really like, I can't believe you just did that. I'm hearing in this way. Like, somebody's wondering, it's really, again, that feeling of like, are they joking? Like, they make some kind of move that is somehow, you know, well, yeah, I'm hearing somebody is just like, they can't believe this. All right, we'll get into it.